I'm going to fit the synthetic pipe bag here to the pipes that have just been hemping. So I've taken out the 5 stalks from the pipes. So initially what I'm going to do is I've got some moisten up liquid in a glass here, and I'm just going to apply this to the collars of the bag. So that just gives us some lubricant and make the job a little bit easier of pushing the stalks through. So I'm going to take the base drum stock first, and by opening the zip we get access to the inside of the bag. So this just gets pushed through this collar. And again, it can be quite difficult, so it might be a hand if you don't have the strength, but there we go. So just repeat the same process for the 2 tenor drum stocks. The reason it's difficult to pull these through is that you're trying to get the bag nice and airtight, so you need to have a good join between the collar and the stock. Again, the collars are quite tight, and that's to ensure that once these are fitted that it's nice and airtight, so that's secure in place. So this is the final drum stock. And again, if you're a left-handed player, you would actually need to get a left-handed bag, so you would actually do this in reverse. And then finally the blowpipe stock. Because this is a little bit shorter, for some reason it seems a little bit tougher to do this. So I get into the groove at the bottom. And then finally the chanter stocks, I'm going to fit an O-ring over this, which slips over it's easier to put it over the top because the diameter is narrower than what it is at the bottom here. So this again just goes into the groove. Like so. So from the inside of the bag we'll push this through where the chanter is going to be fitted. Okay, and then what we've got here is a Jubilee clip which we fit on, and have the part that you screw should be forward facing so it doesn't damage the inside of the bag. So we're just trying to find the place where we can feel the O-ring underneath the bag. So we're just trying to find the location of the O-ring underneath the Jubilee clip, and then we just tighten this in place. Okay, so it's about as tight as we need to go. So that's all the stocks fitted. We've also got this zip, which is the types used on diver suits. So that actually seals the bag. So what we need to do to this is just apply some of, it's called tie zip. So we just get a little bit of this and smear it over the full length of the zip. And this just lubricates the zip and makes sure we've got a nice airtight seal here. Ensure we get that lubricated and sealed properly. So now that's in place, we then get our blowpipe and the blowpipe stock. Put the corks into the stocks just so we can blow up the bag and ensure that we've got it nice and airtight. Just make sure that we've got no leakages. And this time it's airtight, you can't hear any air leaking at all, so that's the pipe bag fitted. So again, what we need to do is take the air out of the bag by removing all the corks. Take the blowpipe out, and then we've got our pipe bag cover. So again, this pipe bag cover has a non-slip patch. It's also got a zip and a Velcro fastening. So this is to get access to this zip here. It's also useful for sheepskin bags. If your bag has become quite damp, you can leave this off the bag and let your bag dry out. So while I've got it in this position with everything open, just simply push through the stocks into the collars. So this is the chanter. And then we have the blowpipe stock, the base. now is fasten up the zip and the Velcro. So that's the back cover fitted. I'm going to fit a set of drone cords now. So I've got the drones laid out in such a way that we've got equal space in between the base drone and the two tenor drones. So these drone cords, their purpose is just so that the pipes sit on your shoulder and don't fall off. So it is important to have this spacing correct. So as you can see, for me, what I use as a guide is roughly one of my hands width, but everybody's got different size hands. So to put a measurement onto it, it's approximately 5.5 inches between each drone. So once I've got them laid out in this fashion, I'm then in a position that I can fit clips to each of the drones on either side of the drone, round the drone cord, and that will ensure that these are held in position. So what I'm going to use is these black clips here, which is just going to secure the cords in place. So aligning this part of the cord just so that it's about the length of the drone here, from the drone cord groove to the bottom of the mount. So we just loosely fit initially this clip, and this clip will go on either side of the drone. And then loosely the same thing again on the other side. And again, we want to just make sure that we've got the orientation right for this, and just leave a little bit of space, and you also need to make sure that you've fully extended this part of the base drone, as if you had this down towards the mount, you might actually make this part of it too short, and so it wouldn't extend. So you want this part of the base drone to be chinning just where the hemp line is. So we're just going to secure this in again, another clip either side of the base drone. So I'm quite happy now that I've got all my distances correct and we've got the orientation right. So after I've done that, it's just a case of going back and making sure that all these clips have been tightened up and get them as close in as possible to the drone, just so it looks nice and tidy. So once I've done that, it's just a case of cutting the ends off these. And what I do, just as a personal preference of mine, is just to tidy this section up. Let's just tie a knot in this so that we get a nice neat finish, and it looks nice on the base drone. So after fitting the cords onto the drones and the pipe cover, the pipe bag, it's just a matter of putting all the pieces together now. So start with the blowpipe. Just make sure that so the longest stock's obviously the base stock, so we'll just put that in there. And that's the bagpipes assembled, so we've got a nice equal distance between all the drones, so it'll sit comfortably on my shoulder, a nice distance for me to be able to tune. I've got a blowpipe length that suits my height and build, medium bag, which also again suits my height. So everything's in a nice position for me to comfortably apply this set of pipes.